Caleb Quaye remembers the early days of recording with Elton John the organic way. I'm John Beaudin from rockhistorymusic.com. He's an incredible guitarist, going back with Elton John, or as he used to be called back then by his real name, Reg Dwight, to 1965. He was all over his first album, Empty Sky, in 1969, and then the self-titled album in 1970. Later that year, Tumbleweed Connection, the soundtrack to Friends, and then Madman Across The Water a few months later. Caleb was back in the mid-70s in 1975 with Rock of the Westies, and the following year with Blue Moves. I asked him about recording way back when Elton John was still Reginald Dwight.
It was exciting, you know. Those days we loved, and I still love going in the studio now, but we loved going into the studio. We loved it. And of course we were working on original material, you know, songs that Elton and Bernie had written. I was involved in I was very involved in their career right from the very beginning, because I was actually their very first producer. I got them signed. I was the one that got them signed to Dick James Music. And so I was very involved in their stuff. And so as things progressed, we knew that we had something different. We knew we were doing something different. And it was just exciting. We couldn't wait to get in the studio. And the interesting thing, I think one of the things back then, you know, this is like, they were analog days. So that there wasn't the plethora of electronic gimmicks, tricks, and technology. It just wasn't around, you know. For a guitar player, you know, I mean, on the Empty Sky album, the only effect I had was a wah-wah pedal. Everything else was it was a 64 Strat and a 50-watt Marshall. That's it. You know, so whatever sound that you wanted to generate, you had to create it in the studio. You had to come up with it. And so that was exciting. We loved it. You know, if you want a different drum sound, you had to rearrange the microphones. You know, you didn't press a button and come up with a sample. So it was a lot of, it was the adventure, what I like to call the adventure of organic creativity. Different world completely.
We'll have more of our conversation with the great Caleb Quaye coming up in the next couple of weeks. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'd appreciate that. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.